Hello everyone, my name is Hilde and today we're going to flip through this very full journal. As you can see, this is not your regular traveler's notebook insert, and that is because I am so fed up of inserts just falling apart, literally falling apart, that I've started, taking half of them out of each other, just opening up the staples and just taking half of the pages out, and then of course the leftover half, so to speak, needs a new cover. So I made one out of scrapbook paper. This is the first time I did it. I just stitched it with my sewing machine, which was also not a great success, and I had to fortify the cover with this washi tape. It's held up. It's held up. It's still in one piece so far, but yeah, I'm expecting problems sooner rather than later. So yeah, for now it is full, so let's get through it. I'll show you the entire cover. It looks like this. It was mostly pocket watches and then these weird horse things, horseshoe things. I don't know, but I got it for the pocket watches basically. And yeah, so let's open it up. This was the other side of the paper. I quite liked it, so I left it like this. And the first entry is when my friend Valentine and Bert and I met Stan Janewski, who plays Victor Krum in the Harry Potter franchise. And I will have the interview I did with him linked down below. And yeah, we went to see the cathedral afterwards, where there is a statue, which we refer to as Hot Lucifer 2.0. We'll have some pictures up. Because he's actually the second version. Basically, the church, they asked the brother of the current artist to make a Lucifer, and then decided that he was way too hot and too distracting for the young virginal churchgoers. So he had to go, and then they commissioned his brother to make one, and he made an even hotter one. So the story will also be linked in the description down below. It's quite amusing. The original one is in a museum in Brussels, and I still want to see it at some point because, why not? Then I have this little Bertie Bott's note paper. And here are some pictures, like my outfit. And there was one other guy who was wearing a Durmstrang uniform, so we had to have a picture together. And this was before I had a brush to apply distress ink, so I just kind of like dabbed it on. And then I put this bit of clear envelope in between to make sure it wouldn't rub off on anything else. And this is the card that Stan signed for me. This is the artwork of our friend Valentine, Les Bulles au Plafond. She does amazing art. And yeah, it's a Crumb and Hermione after that scene in, the Tri-Wizarding scene in the fourth movie. And then my art is here. It's the sketch on the back, because I like to do sketches on the back and leave the rest to Valentine. I used to do the art by myself, but now we do it together and it's way more fun. And I like sketching portraits, so this gives me the opportunity to sketch portraits rather than like do a full painting. So yeah, these are some more pictures of the event. And yeah, it was really fun. And then the next up, I have to fold it out, is Brussels manga. And you can just fold it out like this. And then I have the flyer of the event. And if I fold it out like this, I get more pictures, but I also get the event program, which I kept, and my crew bracelet. So yeah, it was really fun. And then next is from when Claire and I went to Museum de Rede. It's a small museum in Antwerp, and I had never been, but I really liked the setup and how they did the expo, so I will be going again. This is just like the general flyery thing. And this was from the expo. Rembrandt, photographer avant la lettre. It was really good. It had lots of sketches by Rembrandt, and it was really nice. And then some pictures I took in the museum. It's not like really special, but memories. And then of course some postcards. They have a lithograph of the Scream, so that's that. And then this is also by Munch, but this is, I believe it's called The Vampire, but I saw it and I was like joking because I was watching Interview with the Vampire with my friend Valentine at the time, and I was like joking, this is like the stat on a bad day, and just so I kind of had to have it. Yeah. And then, of course, there's the flyer of the museum, and yeah, just folds out completely like this. Like, the amount of extra pages I made by sticking them in with clear tape really necessitates the halving down, like the short stripping, so to speak, of my my inserts. But yeah, this is from when Bert and I went to see Scream 6, which I really enjoyed. I actually liked it better than Scream 5. It's actually my favorite after the original. Then this is from when we went to see Dungeons and Dragons, and I flipping loved Dungeons and Dragons. It's like the first time they actually did a D&D movie well, and if they make a second of it, I will also go see it because it was so good. Then April 2nd to 9th was a challenge on Instagram that my friend Chelsea had run for Be Kind to Spiders Week. So I drew loads of spiders. I did all the prompts again in my sketchbook on like the daily spread doodles. And these are like some additional pictures of my cats with my spider bot. I should let them play with that again. They love the spider bot. And then this is the prompts in the order that I published them in on Instagram. So they're all out of whack, but I did write down the correct prompt. So yeah, I managed to do all prompts, even a bonus one. Twice if you count the doodles. So yeah, I do love spiders. And then I did an Easter spread because I don't have anything with Easter, but I always see people do these really cool holiday spreads. So I just wanted to give it a go, and I feel like it probably would have benefited from a single page, but live and learn, live and learn. I had a good time making it, and that's all that matters. By the way, if you see something and you want to know where it's from, just ask me in the comments and I will answer. And yeah, so this was from when I went to Antwerp for a full day with my eldest niece. So yeah, we went to Antwerp and then we were sitting at Starbucks at like 1 p.m. because we were like being mega efficient. And she was like, oh, should we go do it? I was like, oh, we're going to go to a museum because I have a museum pass. And she was like, oh yeah, cool, let's go to a museum. And then we were like talking about which one, and we ended up going to the KBSKA, the fine arts one. And they have like this entire trail for kids where you can have like, what's it called? Like the texture stamps. Not an actual ink stamp, but we call them relief stamps. Maybe it just is a relief stamp, but I don't know. But well, relief stample. And yeah, one was of like, because that's all like art for kids, and then there's a matching stamp, and one is a sculpture of a butt, a naked butt. And I'm like, well, I feel like this museum is already a kind of a bit of a butt of a joke because it's so pretentious. It used to be my favorite before it closed down for like 12 years. They needed that long to get the asbestos out of the roof and Lord knows what else. But I digress. It used to be my favorite. I don't like it much now. Let's leave it at that. But yeah, we had a really fun time. And one of my all-time favorite sculptures is there, Madame Recamier. So I have reasons to visit. Also, Fall of the Rebel Angels by Frans Floris. So I do visit for like pieces I really love, but that aside. And then these are just some weekend photos from the weekend that followed. Beth and I went to Antwerp and we filmed in accidentally Wes Anderson video. I will have that linked as well because I wanted to, give it a go. Of course, it didn't turn out the way it should have, but I had fun, so that's what matters. And then this page is, well, basically Wisteria Hysteria, I think the hashtag is. I wasn't hysteric, but I do love Wisteria, so I wanted to do like a spread, and I did have some pictures taken by Bert at the Wisteria because it's just fun. They're just very, very, very pretty. So yeah, and I'm lucky enough to know a couple of spots where I can go. So yay. And then this was from my eldest niece's Lentefeest. It's kind of like the Holy Communion without the religious aspect of it. So I don't know what it's called in another language, but that was what it was. It was a lot of people I didn't know because on her mother's side, they have a really big family, but everybody was really nice and it was a good time and it didn't rain. So that was most excellent because it was a garden party. Then this happy tortoise sticker is by my friend Valentine. And yeah, it's just super cute. So I stuck it in because it was a party. And also, this was from the week that I had foster tortoises. This was my friend Valentine's solo expo. And it was so much fun. We went to the opening gallery evening, whatever that is called. We call it a vernissage, but it was a lot of fun. It was a really good time. Everybody was super nice, and the art was awesome. I love my friend's art, and yeah, so that was that. It was a really good time. And then, if you've seen Interview with a Vampire, you know the scene, the infamous scene where Louis and Lestat are shouting at each other.
I heard your heart stamping! You watched the whole thing like some creeper!
Okay, fine. They do that a lot, I guess, but still. So yeah, Valentine drew it because we were watching Interview with the Vampire together, and yeah, Interview with the Vampire. I like the costumes and the setting a lot. And I will watch the next season with Valentine. I mean, I will, but I will probably sigh a lot. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you a vampire, an Anne Rice Vampire Chronicles, whatever fan? I was literally watching for the setting and the fashion. I admit. And then this was awesome. This was Comic-Con Brussels, and we went on the Saturday, and we met Robert Englund. And originally, it started out with a 2-page spread that I painted beforehand, and then I made it multiple pages. So yeah, it was so much fun, and we had our pictures taken with Robert, and yeah, and Beth was in full Scary Terry mode. You know, if you know Rick and Morty, you will probably have seen Scary Terry.
I'm Scary Terry. You can run, but you can't hide, bitch.
But yeah, I wanted to keep my ticket for the photo shoot as well, so I stuck that in. And this is just some craft paper. I think it's 2 layers, though I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure it's 2 layers of craft paper that I stuck together, just for making it a little bit more solid. And then I stuck more photos on. I found a photo booth. Like, it's not an actual vintage photo booth, but it's made to look like one and act like one. So I was super hype about that. And I also forced Bert to go in it with me. He was not impressed, as you can see. And yeah, this was my crew bracelet, and you know, the wrapper from Chopsticks from lunch, and more Freddy. This is from this and this Grogu is from the program, which is like a giant A4 booklet. So I just ripped bits out. And yeah, then these were some pictures that I shot on the day, or that bit shot of me. I found an original Jurassic Park dinosaur, and I have this beautiful, beautiful arm dragon. He's a bracelet, and I love him. He's a decor piece most of the time, but yeah, he can, as you can see in the picture, go snugly around my wrist. I had to have him. I saw him, and I was just like, I need him in my life. He wasn't expensive. I mean, I think he was 50 euros for something like this intricately handmade. That is a really, really reasonable price. Look how cute he is. I forgot who made him. I do remember that they didn't have an Instagram and stuff. But if I see them again at Elftopia, I will absolutely come back and edit this video and add their information. Because they were also very, very friendly people. And they had lots of armor and other leather goods. And it was amazeballs. But yeah, so let's go on before this is like 7 hours long. So yeah, on the 23rd of May, we went to Waterloo to the memorial of, Napoleon's infamous historically big battle. And there's a museum. It's kind of small. You kind of have to have an app installed, and I don't do apps if I can avoid it. So there is that. And yeah, it was all right. And afterwards, we climbed the literal hundreds of stairs to Le But de Lion, to there's a pillar with a lion on it, kind of like this. And yeah, we climbed it, and then we had a view over the entire surroundings, which was really cool. And yeah, if you were wondering, the museum is fully accessible. It has elevators, and I believe you can take the elevator up to the panorama as well, which is very old and not great anymore. But, you can. But the Butte de Lyon is literally one flight of stairs that you can barely, get on with two people next to each other. So, that's not accessible at all. Just putting that out there in case people are wondering. And this was from the restaurant that I kept. This is my ticket. Also, if you are disabled, you cannot get the discount tickets on the website. You have to do it at the register on the day when you arrive. We went in the week and there was literally no one before us, or maybe one person. So it could be quite busy during the weekends and school holidays. So I'm just putting that out there. But you do get half off when you're disabled. So that's something to bear in mind. Then I started sewing again. I used to sew a lot when I LARPed to make myself costumes and stuff and make my friends stuff. But now I just wanted some spooky summer dresses, and I saw the prices of stuff online and went, nope. And so I sewed myself one. This is made out of a duvet cover, believe it or not. The front was black spiderwebs on. No, the back was black spiderwebs on white, and the front was white spiderwebs and gray spiders on black. Now, I guess the front and the back doesn't matter that much because it's a duvet cover, but yeah, this is fabric swatches. I had originally drawn a spiderweb across all this page, and of course, it's gotten eaten mostly by the picture. But anyway, made myself a dress, and I'm very happy with it, and it's completely wrinkle-free, which is amazing. So I never have to iron it. And it's super breathable. It's so nice when it's mega hot. Even though it's a completely double layer, it's still so lightweight and, just airy to wear. So I'm all here for it. This is from my Jasper Pumpkinhead tattoo. This is the image from the book that I had tattooed. And Jasper is a creation of Brian Kissinger. He's one of his original characters. There's a whole book about him. I have a flip through of it. I will link it. It's an amazing character. His art is amazing. He's one of my hands down all-time favorite artists. I asked him if I could buy a tattoo ticket so I could, get him tattooed. And he was like, oh, no, you have my blessing. You can totally do it. And so I spoke to my friend Max, who has done several other of my tattoos. And I was like, I can show you the permission. Here it is. And I showed it to her immediately. So she didn't even have to ask for it, because you should always, always, always get permission if you're getting somebody's art tattooed, of course. So she was totally fine with it. And now I have Jasper on my leg, which is awesome because I love him. I mean, there's so many cool images of Jasper. But I wanted him as a Rocketeer because I love the Rocketeer. So this mashup was just perfection. And also I have a leg with a flying golden snitch flying, and then Jasper. And then I will also, if I ever make it to London, dang health, get a tattoo by Mark Ford of a bat flying around holding a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern. So it's a flying menaces leg, people. It's a work in progress. And then, on the 3rd of June, I went and met Dan Vogler at Les Quatre Maisons in Liège. And Valentine gave me stickers. That's when she also gave me the tortoise sticker. And she also gave me this trans joy creature. And I stuck it in because she gave it to me on purpose because she knew I was going to do this. Because I'm an ally. I'm not queer at all. I'm just straight. But she knew I was going to do this. So I was literally meeting and interviewing Dan Vogler, and then fuck you, JKR, trans lives matter. I just wanted to make the statement in my journal because I love the wizarding world so much. I love so many people in the community. I've made such good friends there. But dang it, JK Rowling, go in a flaming bin already. I do not agree with her at all. But yeah, this is just a really silly Instax picture. And you kind of have to see the interview to completely grasp the full shenanigans going on. And I will also link that down below because it's also on the tube. And then this is my signed card. Of course, this has been designed by Valentine and is amazing as usual. And then here's a sketch I did on the back. And this is also something I drew and printed stickers off on my printer a long time ago. This was my outfit that we had to shoot afterwards because I forgot to do it in Liège. And yeah, these are more Instax selfies with fanfans showing up, and we were like, get in there. And, because that's just the shenanigans going on. And it was a walloping heck good time. If you get the chance to meet Dan Vogler, I absolutely recommend, because he's very funny, very friendly, and it's just a hella good time. And here's my Dutch pen show spread. It was very, very hot. And we had a kind of a parking fail, so we had to walk through the heat for like 20 minutes. And by the time I actually got through, shown my tickets and got my goodie bag, well, I didn't have an early bird ticket, but everybody got a backpack and a free, like a gallon leather pen sleeve. So, wow, words. But yeah, so by that time, I was just completely out of it and didn't notice that I had a lottery ticket. So I shall never know if I won something or not. But yeah, so this folds out. And this was the flyer that Catherine of Sakura Fountain Pen Gallery had given me beforehand, because she knew that otherwise I would probably be too disorganized to ever find anything about it and miss out on tickets, which was very accurate. Thank you, Catherine, for avoiding me not being able to go. But yeah, so I went and I got some things and I made a spread. And it was very, very, very crowded and very, very hot. But I met Janine in person and I met Marijke in person and some of the other German journalers. And I had worn my spiderweb dress saying, okay, guys, I am wearing this dress, so I should be easy to find. And that was due to the crowds a bit so-and-so, because I didn't find Susanna. Hopefully better luck next time. We were saying that next time we just have to say like, okay, we're meeting at this point at this time. And that's probably a better idea. So that's what we're doing next time. And this is another dress I made. It is an iridescent fabric. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera, but I swear to you, it is iridescent. And it barely shows, but it is. And it's also a really weird fabric, but I'm going to, leave all the talk about the dress and the other dress and yet another dress for another video, because I already filmed most of a sewing video, believe it or not. But yeah, this is the dress, me wearing the dress, and it's very, very comfortable, albeit not a summer dress, because this fabric is boiling hot. Boiling hot. This is from when we went to Averbode, the Averbode Abbey. There's a really beautiful forest around it called Mariabos. And yeah, we went for a walk there. We didn't do this one, but this was basically a flyer. And so kept it and wrote some stuff down about it. And I put some notes in here as well, because it was easy to write on with a Sharpie. This was where we had lunch. Service was not great. Food was, it was all right. So there was that, at least it wasn't bad. And then, I stuck some stamps in here. This is like a weather stamp. It's like for travel journaling mostly, I suppose, but I've been randomly using it. And then it's like some more notes and then some pictures I took. It was this really random Egyptian building, and then there was a bat totem. So it was all a bit strange, but I suppose, it was a good time. I mean, nevertheless, I did plan to put some, fake vampire teeth drawings in here, but I haven't done it. And I made a spread the day after we saw Renfield, which was on June the 6th. And it is now July the 6th as I film this. So I think it's safe to say it's not gonna happen. But I had prepped this page with just red watercolor by Schminke Horadam, and then dripped Sennelier Sanguine, the fake blood for artists, all over it. I had wanted to see Renfield basically the second I knew it was being made, I was like, this is going to be such a delightful romp. And I was absolutely right, but it took a while till I actually managed to see it. And I think we saw it right at the tail end of its cinema spree in Belgium, or at least the cinema I go to. So, which is the UGC in Mechelen. So yeah, I managed to see it. And the fun thing was, they were playing it in the VIP showing, the viewing room, or what is it called? Cinema room, whatever. They were doing it in the VIP one with like the really luxe seats and whatnot. We had regular tickets, but there were so many movies playing at the time. It's also a smaller one than the other ones, so they probably figured like, we'll just put Renfield in there because there's probably not going to be a lot of interest for it. And we were literally the only two people who had bought tickets for it. So we had like a private viewing in the really luxe room for a regular ticket price, which was complete and utter coincidence, but awesome sauce. And I took some, the end credits. I took some pictures of the screen. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do it, but I figured like, I'm not filming this movie. I'm just shooting some pictures for my journal. So I'm sure I'll be forgiven. And I wrote a short review. Either that or I'll never be admitted to that cinema again and I'll have to go to another one, which is also a possibility. I mean, like, there's more than one cinema in Flanders, thankfully. And then this was a spread I did for Steampunk Day. And these are also leftover clocks from the leftover bit of this scrapbook paper that I used for the cover. So Steampunk Day. I love steampunk. I celebrate Steampunk Day. So here you go. This was a picture of me for Steampunk Day. It was boiling hot at the time. I remember that. Boiling hot. And then it was also boiling hot when we went to Diest. I like Diest. It's a very beautiful, beautiful city. It's also where Sakura Fountain Pen Gallery is. So I go fairly often, but usually not really further than the route from the train station to Sakura Fountain Pen Gallery, I admit. We went for a proper walk around Diest and I did some shopping and not included. I just went and got some sewing supplies at Veritas and some skincare at Yves Rocher. So I basically went to the chain stores I usually go to for these things because it was convenient. And we also went to Sakura Fountain Pen Gallery, where I made a flat lay, which is on my Instagram and on Catherine's Instagram. And I have a whole photo dump from that day with 10 pictures, which I will link to in the description. Gosh, how many times have I said that now? But yeah, it was boiling hot, but we had a great day. So most excellent. And then June was also Pride Month. And so I did like a little thing. I had originally actually properly stitched in these little pages because I thought it would be fun. And then of course it turned out to be like really good foresight because they were perfect for like this Pride Month spread thing. This is a washi tape that my friend Jess gave me. I'm just going to put it out there. It was on my birthday present from last year. Thank you again, Jess. And I, of course, kept all of the wrapping paper because it was gorgeous and all of this washi. And I've shared it with Valentine and now I'm out. This was the last bit that I had. And if you want to know where that is from, I sadly cannot tell you. I have no idea. But I'd like to know myself because I would quite like some rainbow washi tape. Lots of it, by the way. So yeah, this is me in my my rainbow dress from Collectif. I also have a skirt version of this, but this is a picture of me in the dress. And then I tried to do like a whole rainbow, but it kind of failed because I don't really have a lot of red and blue and purple items, strangely enough. So next year I want to have like all dresses. So that's something to plan for. But yeah, this was my red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And yeah, and here is Kiwi with some pride ribbon. This is Kiwi sitting in my closet, which she was not allowed, but she did it anyway. And I made an entertaining, people thought it was funny, so clearly it was entertaining, reel about it, which I shall also link down below. It's also in my shorts, so you can just see it there as well. But yeah, this is You can't really see, but it was an entire mat that had a map print, like a world map. And I, of course, had to go stand on it and do this silly foot picture. And as you can see, my skirt is not draped properly at the time because I was like kind of faffing about trying to take the shot. But yeah, had to include it. This is from the message tickets from Traveler's Notebook, Traveler's Company, that I bought and then never used. So I used one now because I feel like I have to use them sometime. But yeah, this was just highlights of June, obviously. And this was from the Halloween consumerism panel live on Instagram that I did with Chelsea, Bailey, and Laura. And I will link to that one as well because it's both on YouTube and on Instagram. And yeah, so that was it. That was my entire journal. It ran from, and I can actually tell you, February the 25th till June 16th. So yeah, well, kind of June 30th because there's this that I started making in here. But the actual last full entry, well, and this was a whole June project as well, but this was the actual last full page entry on June 16th, and then these bits I had started, and then I just went on to a new insert, so eventually that flip through will come as well. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found my tips handy. Learn from my mistakes, people. And there's nothing more to say, really. There will be cats as soon as I stop talking. And if you want to stick around for more shenanigans in motion, because I do all sorts, not just journaling, hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so YouTube hopefully actually tells you when I've uploaded a new video. Wouldn't that be grand? And yeah, that's it for today. And hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye! So, I just walked into the bedroom, found this closet door open. I did not leave it open. This guy, however, opened it and is now getting shamed for the entire internet.